So we've all heard this before. It never hurts to ask. But what just happened to me is something straight out of a movie and revolves around that exact statement. So 3.5 weeks ago, I decided it'd be a good idea to purchase a property, build the house, and then sell that house to try to make a profit. So I did the natural thing and I found myself a realtor. I met with a realtor and that realtor told me it would take 3 to 4 months to find a property. So what that meant to me is that I had 3 to 4 months to be able to have the money ready to go. 5 days later at 6:22 in the morning, I get a phone call from that realtor. What kind of realtor calls somebody at 6:22 in the morning? I'm thinking to myself, this must be a pocket dial or something like that. So I answer the call and it's him. He says, Dan, I found the perfect lot for you. It's in St. Andrew's Place, a 5-minute walk away from the hospital, 7-minute walk away from the cancer center, 10-minute drive away from the children's hospital, and a 5-minute walk away from the University of Calgary. Instantly, I'm awake and no coffee needed. Then I said, okay, but why are you calling me at 6:30 in the morning? And he says, well, that's because you gotta act on it right now. And I said, okay, well, what does that mean? And he tells me I've got 2 to 3 hours to write the offer and 2 days to come up with $100,000 cash for the down payment. My stomach dropped, my heart got heavy, and I thought, there's no way I can make that happen. I didn't have $10,000, let alone $100,000 cash. But something in me said, go for it. So I did. We wrote the offer a hair above asking price. By 11:30 that same day, we had the offer in and they accepted it. But that was the easy part. Now I had to figure out how I was gonna come up with $100,000 cash in 2 days. Remember, I thought I had 3 to 4 months to come up with this money. Now I had 48 hours. And unfortunately, I don't have a friend named Joe who wears a suit. Honestly, I had no idea how I was gonna make it work. 10 o'clock on day 2, I'm talking to someone I've talked to probably 3 times in my entire life. I barely know this person at all. And they asked me, how's my business going? So I told him the story. And at the end of me telling him the story, he asked me, is there anything I can do to help? And I jokingly said, yeah, you can lend me $100,000. And he says, yeah, I can do that. I was kind of silent for a second. And I kind of laughed it off. I was like, yeah, thanks. But then he says, no, I'm serious, I can. 2:30, 2.5 hours before the deadline and the deal falls through, we meet up at the bank, we transfer funds. I get the $100,000, I drive to the realtor's office, give him the check. I tell him the story of how I got the check. And he says in his 25 years of doing business, he's never heard something this crazy. Fast forward 2 weeks to today, and there's a sold sticker on that property. So the old saying, never hurts to ask, truly is a thing. That one conversation just started a whole new chapter of my life.